afternoon and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate a little video on how I made an improvement to, or I feel like I've made an improvement to the Honda Pioneer 1000. Now this specific model is a 2021 1005, so in other words it'll carry 5 passengers, 3 in the front and 2 back here. Alright, right off the bat I just kind of started at the back of the machine, some improvements that I want to make over the next course of a few months, let's say. And then I also like to market those. I am a business that just likes to design and sell practical things to the public. We do other things as well, but this is something that really is interesting to me. I hope you like it. I hope it's interesting to you. I hope it fills the need that you need, and if not, well, that's fine, but it's definitely better than what Honda put out. So without further ado, here's what I've got. You know, from the factory, you have the brackets that are they're roughly a 1/16 inch thick, and when they're attached to the tailgate and you open the tailgate, you have a tailgate that's basically at about that angle. And if you were to take a straight edge and put across there, you know what, let me just demonstrate that. I'm going to hit pause right there. Okay, I hit the pause button for a while, so I put the bracket from the factory back on, and I wanted to just kind of show those of you who own one of these already know. Those of you guys that are thinking about buying one, or maybe you've recently purchased one of these units and you just haven't really discovered this, and it's really not probably an issue for some people. It's probably not. I can see it being an issue for myself, for others that want to. Once you do use these back seats and you raise these up, you have very little area back here to store stuff. So a lot of guys are running the bed extender, and I'm going to build one of those as well, but I haven't done that yet. The bed extender rolls back in when you're not using these seats. It's very convenient. It's a dual purpose deal. The problem with it, let me bring the camera around here so you can see. With the tailgate as it is, you can see that it doesn't sit flat at all with or parallel or level, however you want to say it. It doesn't sit level with the bed. It's up, and I would like to think that the engineers at Honda just, for whatever reason, decided to do that to keep stuff from rolling out. Maybe, you know, I don't know. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. We're not sitting there pointing the finger at Honda. That's not what I'm trying to do here. They built a quality rig. I wouldn't have bought it if I thought otherwise. Let me make sure this camera's even getting me. Probably. My shop's a mess. So I decided to make, I have a CNC, I do all this stuff here. I decided to make some brackets that are a little bit taller and will clear when you open the tailgate. That's a simple fix. I didn't stop there, because then I noticed that this tailgate is just, now obviously I don't have this side hooked. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. It is a weak, you're not going to sit on it. Now I just came out of a Yamaha Rhino, a 2005, and it already had a steel plate across here, thicker plastic, like just a better designed tailgate. Quite honestly, I do like that this one has a pipe that runs all the way through that. That was kind of a weak point on the Yamaha Rhino, was the way their hinge setup was, which I remedied on mine, but majority of them you saw them broke off. Well, this is pretty good design here, but the tailgate is still weak. So I went a step further, and I'll show you. I'll demonstrate. I'll put that stuff on there, so the first thing I did was I got the tailgate to set flat. That didn't take long, and I'm going to sell these. I haven't come up with a price, but I'm going to make this like a Pioneer Stiffener Kit, you know, if you will, the Honda Pioneer Tailgate Stiffener Kit. Let's just say that for now. But I'll bring that over and kind of show you what the other portion of this kit looks like. So today I fabbed this up, and this is out of 16 gauge steel, mild steel, and typically I do get stuff powder coated, but since I wanted to finish this up, I try to do as much stuff in-house as I can. You know, I broke everything, cut everything on my CNC, and I have this program now so I can sell these to the public. But if a person wants powder coating, I can do that. But I kind of like this coating. A friend of mine showed it to me. It's very durable. It looks good. It complements the texture that's already here in the bed. You know, so I'm going to try that out over the next course of months and see how it holds up. You know, and if we need to go to powder coating, we will. But I'm going to start out with this. This is a Rust-Oleum product. It's like a truck bed spray, so I can do it in-house and keep costs down a little bit, and also time. You know, since I do take things to get powder coated, I'm kind of at their mercy on how busy they are, and so I think I have been talking enough. Let's put this thing together. Now I've already done a few steps on mine, obviously, to test fit everything. I didn't want to shoot this video and have all kinds of issues. So these are really the only thing that you have to alter to your factory tailgate, or putting in these threaded inserts, and I'll show you what they look like. So these are, you can buy, I will include these with the kit, but they're basically used in construction, in drywall, things of that nature. If you want to hang, these are rated for 75 pounds, and you got 3 of them through here. It takes something like that, and this, along with the longer brackets, it makes it pretty good, where now I'll be able to sit on it. I weigh 200 pounds, and I'll demonstrate that. So yeah, so let's put this thing on. I've been talking too much here. I'm pretty excited about it though, and I hope you are too. Set that here. And now it doesn't take long to install. I think we can you could set aside like 30 minutes probably to do this installation. When you remove the factory brackets, there are 2 bushings that we'll call it. They look like this right here, and when you remove the bottom piece, they'll fall to the ground. So just make sure you retain those. You'll reuse those. You'll reuse all of this. So this is the new bracket. It's a little longer. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll get a little help on this video, because there's nothing worse than watching a video like, yeah, you should see what I'm doing. I'm going to go get my lovely assistant, my wife, to video on the next one. That way my big ugly head's not blocking the shot like I think it is. So that's just one bracket there, and I'll show you the difference on how this thing hangs. We'll go ahead and demonstrate that. And really all I had to move it was about 1 inch. So now it sits good and flat. And I'm going to pause it right there. We're going to put the other side on. This time you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So here's the bushings that came out of the factory one. You reuse all the hardware. All you're changing out is the bracket itself. I have to say that Rust-Oleum that I used on them, I like the looks of it. The texture matches the texture of the tailgate pretty well. Assistant, would you hand me that, please? That nut driver. Yeah.
Oops.
Thank you. So now, the parts we've all been waiting for, this part. Actually, let me back up. These threaded inserts, I'll show a picture of how these were installed. They're real simple. You drill a hole and just basically thread them in. To get the placement of them, all you do is lay this in place. You use the 3 screws that are already in the front. You just remove those, and they're threaded into a steel pipe that runs the length of this. And so they're going through this, through the plastic into a steel pipe. So that's a very good secure connection. So you'll pull those 3 screws, set this in place, line everything up, make sure it all gets kind of back in line, and then mark your locations. You can go ahead and push everything forward. The back of this, the tailgate itself actually has, it's not straight across, it actually has like a slight, what do I want to say, arc to it. It's not enough to do any crazy stuff with the sheet metal, honestly. So when you're putting this thing on, if you want to, and this is what I do, I push in on one side, get that screw good and tight, and I come around and I push in on that side, and that, okay. Once you get, it's probably better to go ahead and put those 3 screws in. Once you have those 3 screws in, then you can go ahead and mark these 3 spots. You can even take a small drill bit and drill those 3 spots if you would like. Remove this. And then take a little bit larger drill bit. And what I used a 7/32 bit. This plastic is very, very, very thin, so you don't want to use too big of a bit. And then once you drill your hole, you just push down with that, and thread it in there. It's got a real coarse thread. It's still going to try to spin. You can only get it to where it seats, and once it seats, that's it. But it'll hold in from pulling out. And then you're done with that step, and then you're at this point right here. Once you have all 3 installed, you slide everything back on, and kind of center things up. Get your holes like you want them.
Since I've already pre-drilled, I'm going to go ahead and start a few screws. I'll get everything started on this one.
Doesn't have the time on it. It says auto exposure. What does that mean?
It's not recording.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. How long has it been saying that?
I don't know.
recording anything or not. We'll check it out. I'm better at sheet metal work than I am at videos, but I try to do both, so it makes it a little easier if you were to purchase these kits and installing them. And I may have to make another one, but
Well, do you want to, can you go?
alright. Now, the first thing we're going to do is look at the angle. You can see it still sits nice and flat. Closes. Looks good. And you can sit on it. I'll put a link in the end of the video. I'll put a link on how you can find these. I'm going to put them on eBay to start with. We've got a website where we sell some home goods, and it's a little harder to find them, you know, because that thing is just completely a different animal. It just has